Hello, everyone. Hello, good people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Real Crimes. And these are crimes that are happening in Africa and anywhere outside Africa, anywhere where Africans are actually thriving. So, in today's episode, we are going to the beautiful Zimbabwe. And in the beautiful Zimbabwe, we are going to talk about a crime. But I don't mean to preempt a lot, but I just want to say I would actually categorize this as a cold case. I would consider this to be like a mystery that we are all yet to find out the truth about. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, please do relax, do subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that each time I upload something, you will be notified and you can watch and move along with me. If you are an old subscriber, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like, to comment. I really honestly like to hear your thoughts about some of these crimes and some of these stories that I talk about. Let's jump into today's story. So it's in Harare, and the setup is like this. This is 2013 May in the Avenues area. If you are not familiar with Harare, or if you're not familiar with the Avenues area, okay, so the Avenues area is a part of Harare just outside the city center, and it's a residential area. There you will find all these nice places, like your nice accommodation. You will also find just hospitals close by. It's basically like a walking distance into town. So there are also apartments there, and we have people staying there. So that is the setup. It was May 2013 in the Avenues area, and a young man by the name Tinashe Magorimbo went missing. So as his wife, Millicent, would later give account, these guys had been married just for a very short time. They actually got married in 2011. Okay, after they got married, they started staying together, and they were staying in the Avenues area around Blackstone Street, somewhere there. Herbert Chitepo, Chinamano, around that area. So that's where they were staying. And that area obviously has also a lot of people that work in the same neighborhood, people that work in the Avenues Clinic, Baines Clinic, Parinyatwa Hospital. They actually live around that area because it's convenient for them to probably walk to work. So this man goes missing. And as Millicent would say, she left home in the morning and left him there. And he had taken the day off. It was a Monday, and it was a day off for him. She went out. When she came back in the afternoon, he was not at home. But when she starts thinking back, she actually remembers that she saw some weird liquid in the bathroom, and the liquid smelled bad. She was actually surprised how it ended up there, because they were not using that bathroom because of water problems. But anyway, that's what she saw. So she assumed that her husband had gone somewhere, being an adult. So she chilled. And then husband did not come back. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no husband. And Thursday, she decides, okay, there's something has got to be wrong here. So she went and filed a missing person report. She went to the police station and filed that. So she was working together with the CID and trying to investigate where this man could have gone to. So there is a report that I read that said Tinashe Magorimbo actually went to his workplace. He was working for the public service medical insurance. So he is said to have gone to Baines Hospital, where he was working in the HR department, and it is said that he requested for a taxi and the receptionist called a taxi, and the taxi took him to some address in Krembon, that is Harare East, and that was the last they could actually find out about his whereabouts for the next 4 days. Okay, so then that is what one report says. Another report says that same day that he went missing, he actually called his wife and told her that his battery was running low, so his phone would switch off anytime. And then there's some weird number again that she got a call from, and this number kept appearing in the process of the investigations. Okay, so after she filed the missing persons report, that was on Thursday, a very famous radio DJ, Munyaradzi Mlimo, also known as DJ Munya, got arrested in connection with the missing person. Okay, so how does DJ Munya come into this whole thing? Very simple. Firstly, DJ Munya had accused Tinashe of dating his wife and Anna. Yeah. So DJ Munya had accused Tinashe of dating his wife Anna and had demanded damages. Okay, so this was actually Matari's idea. Matari was one of the friends that ended up being a co-accused. Okay, so Matari advised him that, oh no, this is what happens when a man sleeps with your wife. You demand damages from him, because I've gone through this before. I slept with Derek's wife, and Derek made his demands for damages, and I ended up parting ways with my Mercedes Benz. So you, my friend, need to demand damages from Tinashe. And he followed through. He did exactly that. Okay, so DJ Munya demanded $5,000 from Tinashe. Tinashe paid $1,000, and DJ Munya assigned Matari and Johnny, who ended up being his co-accused. Both of them end up being co-accused. Okay, so he assigned them to follow up on the balance. They were like, yeah, following up on the balance, because apparently Tinashe had become sketchy, and he wasn't like really making a solid promise on when he would actually pay the balance. So DJ Munya decided, allegedly, remember, this is alleged. This is all allegedly. So DJ Munya allegedly decided that he was going to assign his men to do the follow-up, and yeah, he was going to be their paymaster. So anyway, after Tinashe went missing, and after DJ Munya got arrested, DJ Munya got arrested before Tinashe came back. Why? One, there was the issue of this demand, and also because after they had a confrontation concerning the wife, DJ Munya had threatened Tinashe and said he was going to do things to him. So there is a motive there. So he was arrested. And the second reason why he was arrested was because on that same Thursday that Millicent made a police report, DJ Munya showed up at Millicent's flat or apartment. So he asked a neighbor if there's anybody who stays in the community who works for Baines, and the neighbor said actually many people work at Baines Hospital here, because this is like in the avenues. Yeah, so he then showed the neighbor a photo of Tinashe, and the neighbor was a bit concerned and a bit suspicious, like, why are you showing us a photo of this missing person? But anyway, neighbor thought, oh, probably he has information, and called Millicent. So they discussed whatever they discussed. The neighbor did not hear, but Millicent said DJ Munya told her that she shouldn't worry. Tinashe would be back on Friday before 4 p.m. He is fine. And also that she should not make a police report. Okay? But Yeah, she had already made a police report. So DJ Munya was charged with kidnapping. He was arrested and charged with kidnapping. Then Friday, the 17th of May, around 4, Millicent found Tinashe outside, naked, and he had just fallen on the staircase of their flat. He was trying to come up to their apartment, and he had his hands tied with shoelaces, and he was naked, and he couldn't talk. He looked really bad. So she rushed him to hospital. She took him to Western Hospital, and then he was admitted. Okay, they tried to figure out what could have happened to him, but in no time he passed on. Okay, and the autopsy that was done said that he had died of poisoning, some pesticide. Okay, so the authorities assumed that, or suspected that, he had been forced to take the pesticide, given that now at this point there are indications that he could have been kidnapped, because also his boss said he had received a text demanding $5,000 ransom. So at this point, the authorities are thinking, okay, he was kidnapped. So this is a kidnapping thing. So DJ Munya's charges then escalated from kidnapping to murder. Now there are speculations that, okay, the reason that actually DJ Munya ended up being charged with murder was because he probably did confess kidnapping Tinashe, thinking that, well, I just kidnapped him and he's gonna be fine. He's going to be dropped off at his house and he'll be fine, and life will go on, and it will be just a kidnapping charge. But he didn't probably know that his men had gone further to induce or to force him to take a poison that ended up killing him. Those are just speculations that he probably confessed. Okay, but anyway, whether he confessed or he did not confess is neither here nor there. But bottom line is, he was charged with murder, and his two accomplices, Johnny and Matare, were arrested on the 19th of May. Right, and they were also being charged with murder, the murder of Tinashe Magorimbo. So what then followed this arrest and the death of Tinashe were basically a lot of accusations and a lot of speculations. And it is said that one of DJ Munya's cousin actually said that indeed Anna had confessed that she had a relationship with Tinashe in a family meeting, but she said the relationship was over. Okay, and after she confessed that they had a relationship, DJ Munya had said, well, they cannot be together anymore because she had cheated on him, so they could not be together anymore. So this cousin said they tried as a family to fix the relationship, to talk them into forgiving each other and moving forward with their relationship, but DJ Munya had said no, he wasn't going to have it. Okay, and also this same cousin is said to have said by the time Tinashe was kidnapped, the relationship had long been over. So it does not make sense for people to actually accuse DJ Munya of kidnapping Tinashe. Okay, and she also stated that if DJ Munya really wanted to get rid of Tinashe or to kidnap Tinashe, he would have hired real thugs, not these amateurs. He would have used the real people, the real deal, people who know what they're doing. So she was basically trying to defend him and saying that it couldn't have been, because if it was him, he would have done a better job. Okay. And at the same time, Tinashe Magorimbo's father was actually trying to defend his son's owner by saying his son would have not had an affair. He didn't do it. He was just killed for something that he didn't know, for something that he did not do. There was no way he could have done that. Like, the father was so broken that he couldn't even give a graveside speech. You know, he had to assign one of his sons to do the speech on his behalf. That's how broken he was. He really was destroyed by the death of his son, especially given that he thought his son was just killed for no good reason. He believed so much in his son's innocence. So, following the arrest, DJ Munya and his accomplices tried to obviously apply for bail through the High Court. They went to apply for bail, and eventually in June, DJ Munya was granted a $300 bail, and he went out. It was actually reported in August. Okay, so his accomplices were not granted bail on the same day as DJ Munya, because their case had to be presented some days later. But it was actually reported that in August, they were failing to raise the bail money. But anyway, eventually they did. Okay, so now they are free men, they are outside, but they have all this strict bail conditions, like they've given up their passports, they've given up, they cannot be traveling, they cannot be doing this, they cannot be doing that. So the whole time the state is trying to make their case as solid as possible. That included trying to get South Africa pathology services, okay, not pathological, pathology services, to actually do to run a toxicology analysis on the samples that they had extracted from the deceased, so that they also could tell them what exactly killed him, what did he take. Okay, so unfortunately, the state got an email from South Africa saying that they wouldn't be able to help them because it was not part of their memorandum of agreement between South Africa and Zimbabwe. So the state had requested a good 6 weeks to actually do the test by themselves using a local lab. Okay, so this went on and on and on, and these guys kept being remanded, and the lawyers as well as the clients got to a point where they were frustrated, and they just wanted to be removed off remand and probably allow the state to proceed by way of summons, because they had to keep appearing in court and being told that, well, you're being remanded to this date, or you're being remanded to that date. So it ended up being like frustrating, you know. And also when people look at you, they are, you know, how we look at people and assume they already did it, you know. Yeah, you know how society is. You are guilty until proven innocent. So yeah, they were actually saying that was also causing a dent on their lives and things were not going well for them. So they needed to be removed off remand and until the state was ready for trial. Okay, so in January of 2015, again, the state requested for further remand because they were still saying they were putting their case together. And this prompted DJ Munya to actually talk back at the judge. Okay, so generally, when you have a lawyer representing you in court, you are supposed to speak through your lawyer. You do not stand up and say, hey, Your Honor, I have an issue here, okay, or Your Majesty, or I don't know how they address them. I have an issue, I'm not happy with A, B, C, D. You talk through your lawyer, and then your lawyer knows how to present your grievances to the judge. But at this point, DJ Munya was just frustrated, and he didn't have time to actually wait for the lawyer to put together the words that sounded respectful, but at the same time firm. So he had to do it by himself. So he stood up in court and told the judge that he wasn't happy because of what was happening. The judge kept on being in support of the prosecution, and yet the prosecutors were just They had nothing against these boys. They had nothing whatsoever. They are just wasting their time, and you know, he expressed how unhappy he was. And the judge said to him, you do have a lawyer, right? So please speak through your lawyer. But no, he wouldn't have it. He went on to say more. He just had a lot to say. And well, the judge was actually quite lenient. He did not end up striking him with contempt of court or anything. He was quite lenient, and he just told him that I've made my judgment, and your lawyer will explain the judgment to you. That was a very polite and very nice answer, right? Yeah. So anyway, the lawyer then explained to his clients that the state was like requesting for more time to put together their evidence, so they would have to remain on remand, but he was going to apply to have their bail conditions relaxed. At which point Matare shouted that he wanted his passport back. He wanted to travel, so he wanted his passport back. Okay, that's some kind of drama. So anyway, again, the judge said he had to speak through his lawyer, and the lawyer had said he would actually apply for the relaxation of their bail conditions. Probably that would include getting their travel documents back and whatever else that they had surrendered, and also probably allowing them to travel further than that they'd been allowed, and maybe not so many times reporting to the police station and whatnot. But anyway, in February of 2015, the judge decided that the prosecution had not done enough to gather their evidence, and the prosecution was dragging their feet, and they had not done anything really to actually hold this case together for him to continue keep putting these people on remand. So they were freed. The remand was lifted. Okay, so they are now free men. And after the remand was lifted, DJ Munya got a job with ZFM. Of course, people went to social media to protest and, you know, say things. But here's the thing: the guy has not been convicted. Okay, he's been charged, and he's not been convicted because the state seems not to have a case. So he got a job and started living his life again. Okay. Meanwhile, Millicent is grieving. Tinashe's family is grieving. You know how it's like when you lose a loved one in such circumstances, you just want somebody to be held accountable. You know, as much as it will not bring back your loved one, you just want somebody to be held accountable. Okay. So they continued grieving, and they continued hoping and hoping. We are also hoping, you know, and still hoping and being hopeful. Yeah. So in 2018, actually in January of 2018, DJ Munya was spotted at the High Court with his wife, or should now call her ex-wife, Anna, and they were there for finalization of their divorce. They actually were getting divorced. And apparently it is said that the judge there in the High Court said, oh, you guys are actually talking so nicely to each other, you look good together, have you ever tried to resolve your differences before like settling for divorce? And they said yeah, and they actually agreed that divorce was the best solution for both of them, and they would remain best friends. So DJ Munya actually said his ex-wife will be his best friend. Yeah, best friend with his ex-wife, the same ex-wife that was cheating on him according to him, and the same ex-wife that is probably the cause of Tinashe's death. Probably, you know, we don't know yet, because nothing has actually been concluded. It's just what we all assume, you know. Most of us actually assume that Tinashe was killed because of Anna. you know. So you know how it's like when these things happen. But anyway, they say they have been through a lot together. They were friends before they were even married. They were friends before the children came, and they will remain friends. And Anna has since relocated to South Africa, and she actually gave custody of her kids to DJ Munya. And according to her, she said that she is so certain that the kids will be very safe with him, and that he's a great father, and okay. So guys, that's the story about DJ Munya and Tinashe Magorimbo. Like, it's a cold case. I don't even know if ever we are going to find out what really happened. But what are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think DJ Munya indeed hired these guys to probably scare him, to scare Tinashe, and then they went too far? Or do you think DJ Munya had nothing to do with this? These guys were acting on their own? But either way, there is no evidence. There is no evidence whatsoever holding these three, to hold these three accountable. There is nothing there. I think the only person that could have been able to speak was Tinashe. But unfortunately, Tinashe could not speak even from his grave. He seems not to be able to speak. Yeah, there are some people that speak from their grave. There are some people that speak from their grave. That's all I can say. But it seems like Tinashe has not been able to speak even from his grave. Yeah, so yeah, that's the story, hey? That is the story. So like what Proverbs 6 verse 26 says, for a prostitute will bring you poverty, but sleeping with another man's wife will cost you your life. Okay, a prostitute will bring you poverty, but sleeping with another man's wife will cost you your life. Probably this is the case with Munya, with DJ Munya and Tinashe. We don't know. I'd really love to hear what you guys think. I mean, there's so much speculation there. But what do you guys think? Yeah, comment down below and tell me what you think. Do comment down below and tell me what you think. So guys, anyway, that's the story for the day, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and don't forget to comment. I like to hear what you guys think. I really want to hear what you guys think. Have a good day wherever you're watching from. Stay blessed and stay safe. There is COVID out there, and we really need to be taking care of ourselves. Let's do the best we can do to remain healthy, to remain safe. And please, like I always say, stay away from crime, because if you do crime, you are most likely to do the time. Stay blessed.